Thank you, Corinne. Six or seven times that I'm in Paris. So during the years, I think the first time I was 13 or 14 years old. So that's a long time ago already. And since that time, I've seen Paris changing. I mean, not the buildings, of course, but the number of people on bicycles is a lot more. And the whole structure, the bicycle structure, is also changed a lot. So 10 years ago, Natalie. Yeah, when I was 13, 10 years ago. Yeah, let's keep it like that. Let's keep it like that. So that's of course also, I'm now just going to change the screen again. It's of course also the reason why I'm wearing these sunglasses, because then you don't see all these wrinkles under my eyes. So. But and good day everyone, and hi Satyam, hi people that are just joining. Yeah. So, thank you that you like the glasses. Yeah, it is finally. It's getting weather here again to wear glasses. So and this was a present that I got from my wife. And um, oh, thank you, Sharon. I don't know, but no, this was a present that I got from my wife last year. And until that time, I have to tell you something. Until that time, I was someone. I was wearing sunglasses for sure, but I was always losing them. I was sitting on them. I was breaking them. I don't know. There was always something that happened. So still in my closet, I think I have like 10 different pairs of sunglasses. Some of them, well, maybe are missing some parts, but I was always losing them. And so I was, and then my wife said like, okay, I'm just gonna give you a little more expensive sunglasses, so you take a little better, so you take care of it. And it works. It works. It works. To be honest, I now have it already almost 2 years. I didn't sit on it. It is still in a it's still a good quality, so I have to be careful. So and yes, Gary, I completely agree with that. So let me, oh, we're gonna start in about 1.5 minutes from now. So let me move, then to change the screen again. As you can see, and people that are just joining, this is Stephan in Paris, looking at the famous church, of course, over here, the Notre Dame, Our Lady. By the way, a lot of it's interesting because I've been, of course, traveling several times with you through different cities, different places, and almost every city in Europe has a church that is named Our Beloved Lady, uh, onze, onze Lieve Vrouwenkerk in Dutch. And over here it is called the Notre Dame, but it's basically all the same, just Our Beloved Lady or Our Lady. And that's also with the Notre Dame. So, welcome people that are just joining. I'm just gonna give you my face again. 35 seconds. So let's walk. Let's walk to my bike. You can see it is a little gray day, but there's interesting clouds on the back, and it is quite sharp. So that's why I'm wearing my sunglasses. And there's always police everywhere, police. So okay, I'm just here. Just 10 seconds from now. I'm just here next to my bike, and I'm gonna show you a little more. So if we are officially when we are officially starting, so that is right now. It is 4 p.m. 4 p.m. in Paris. My name is Merci. Before we're like, oh. There were three ladies walking by, like, oh, we have to keep quiet because there is someone filming. So no, but welcome in Paris. Bonjour everyone. My name is Stefan. I'm a guide in the Netherlands and in Belgium normally, but for 2 days in Paris. And I thought if I'm going here, then at least I can show you something. I know that there are two amazing guides, Patrick and also Florent, who are doing a lot of tours in Paris. I contacted both of them, but they both were very busy this week, so in the end, it didn't turn out to do a tour together. So I was thinking, okay, I'm not gonna do the same thing. I'm just gonna try to find if I can do some Dutch parts, some Dutch part of Paris. So that's why yesterday I did a tour about the famous painter Vincent van Gogh. That's how we pronounce it in Dutch, or Van Gogh in English. But I prefer to still call it Van Gogh. But today I'm gonna do something else typical Dutch. So, and what is more typical Dutch or typical Amsterdam? Because of course I'm that guide in Amsterdam. That is to go on a bicycle. So, and I have over here, just behind me, I rented a bicycle. But let's just change the screen so you know my face now already. Uh, just going around, uh, and then over here we have my bicycle, and this is a so-called Velib bike, uh, and it is. You can get it everywhere in France, like a system with bike parkings. So this is one of them. So I rented one. And you can do that all nowadays, by the way, just with an app. And yeah, look what we see over here. There's still you're still a little sleepy, I have to say, but my Oscar, my bear, is joining me today. So, and we're gonna have a route. We're gonna have a route. So that's why I have my second phone here with you. So have a I'm using my phone, and but we're gonna drive and show you something of the cycling culture in Paris, and I'm also gonna tell you a little more about that. Okay, chez Oscar. Ah oui, c'est vrai. So it's also an interesting thing, by the way. I have been now in Paris. It's now the second day, and you have to know that Dutch people at school, we are getting four different languages, and one of them is French. So, uh, but I only had 3 years of French, and it is also a long time ago. So my French is, yeah, not so good anymore. But the interesting thing is then when you're over here and hearing French the whole day in restaurants and in other places, then it's coming back. So it is coming back a little. So I will maybe now and then just do some French words. Okay, we're going here over this place, and it's already interesting to see that there is a bike lane. And the first time that I was in Paris, and I don't know exactly, somewhere in the 90s, that was. Somewhere in the 90s, there were not a lot of bicycle lanes, but nowadays there are. They are everywhere, and more and more and more. And there are even a lot of places that are almost completely closed down, so that you can only walk or cycle. And we're gonna see some of them too. So, okay, we are cycling in Paris. Woohoo! And um, yeah, there's a memorial here at the right side, by the way. But it's a good thing. It's a good thing to know that, and I said it already at the start, that I'm of course not a guide from over here. So we're gonna see things. Some of the things I know some little stories about it, but there's also a lot of parts where I know nothing about. So please be nice to me, and I maybe sometimes have to say I don't know, and to show you here like how the cycling culture and walking culture is changing is look only at this bridge over here. This used to be a busy bridge for cars, and what they did not even that long ago, they closed it down. They closed it down for um, they closed it down for other traffic, so you can nowadays only go here with a bicycle or walking. And what we see, by the way, over here, of course, we're going over the Seine River, and this part of Paris. There are, by the way, in the oldest part of Paris where we're starting. So there are several little islands. One of these islands is the Notre Dame, but there are also several other ones. And what we see there at the other side, that is Hôtel de Ville. So an Hôtel de Ville is the French word for the city hall. City hall of Paris that is over there side, at the other side. So I can zoom in a little so you can see it better. And we're also going there, but we will go there and we will not see it from the other side anymore. That's why I'm showing it to you right now. Okay, just I love to be over here in this amazing city, busy city. But seeing that more and more, it is all for bicycles. Okay, and of course, France is also one of these places uh, in the world that where cycling is quite famous. And then I'm talking about, of course, the Tour de France. We will also see some parts where the Tour de France is going over. Um, I have to go over the bridge, and then I'm going to take you to an interesting bike path. So the second part, just to give you an idea. Just to give you an idea, here at the side is the other part. So the river is splitting, going around the islands that we see over here with all these very typical 19th century buildings. I mean, I assume that if you've done other tours in Paris, that you heard about the big projects in the 19th century, starting around 1850, uh, to completely restructure the old city center into what it is right now. Okay, we're going down over here. You see these big blocks? Oh, we're going down this little. I hope you can still hear me well. Oscar, are you doing okay? Oh, this is a little cobblestone over here, so it's windy. Okay, and over here, look at this. Look at this amazing place over here. This is. This used to be the earlier times that I was in Paris. I was going here, and this was just a road next to the Seine River, and this road was used by cars. You can maybe imagine that. I'm just gonna stop for one moment where they're playing a jeu de boule or pétanque. It's also lovely to see that. No, so this used to be a very busy road over here, just through the heart of Paris, and for a very long time. Let's see if I can find a place here at the left where I can stop for a moment. You have to be careful because it is a sort of a highway for bicycles, and even a lot of people with electrical bikes nowadays. So, okay. So, and I'm gonna show you how this looked, and this is a picture of 8 years ago. Look at this. This is the same road where we're now going on the bicycle, and that was just a road for cars. And yeah, they changed it, and not only here, by the way, all over uh, Paris, they started changing and adding bike lanes. And for this is for a big part a project of the mayor of Paris, a female mayor named Anne Hidalgo. Anne Hidalgo. She is now here for her second term. I think the terms are for 5 years in total, and she made it one of her big plans to make Paris more cycle friendly. And one of the things that they decided is, okay, we want to give back some parts next to the river back to the people. So they decided to make this road over here into a bike lane, but not only that, into a boulevard where you can play. We can see there's a kid over there playing. So there are playgrounds. But not only that, I can also show you a picture of how it looks over here in summertime. So it's, of course, it's not summer yet, it's a little too cold, but you can see that there are public terraces, there are palm trees, people are walking, are cycling, are just enjoying their time on this most beautiful part of Paris. And um, exactly, Sarai, there's even some of the parts are called the Paris plage, so the Paris beach. So the beach, of course, you cannot swim in the river, but they place sand on They place sand on some parts. Um, so I have to go back a little. Okay, there we go again. Let's walk. But I love really to see this. And the interesting thing is that at first, when Anne Hidalgo was coming with these plans, there was a lot of opposition against it. So a lot of people were saying like, no, we don't want to give up these bike roads. So these plans are not good. We don't like it. But more and more Parisians started to understand that it should be made. That is maybe a better idea. So so they started to love it when they were seeing it. So there's been a lot of things. Sometimes you need politicians. Sometimes you need politicians that are saying like, okay, we're just going to do something, and then you will see how it will change. And that is what we see now over here. People are enjoying their time, sitting on little benches, just on that former road. So, and people that are just joining, welcome in Paris. I'm just going over one of the new cycling lanes, through the heart of the city. So over here at the side, you would expect there's a car coming. No, but there are no cars coming. There can only be from the right another bike coming. Okay, so what is beautiful, and not only that, by the way, this is just one of the projects of the mayor of Paris. So, and of course, there are now a lot of people supporting her. But what she is basically doing is adding more and more bike lanes in Paris. So to make sure, and people at first they were not using it so much. But the interesting thing is that, of course, we had COVID for 2 years, also in Paris. So what happened is that a lot of people before they were using their cars also started to cycle. When we had lockdowns, people started to cycle to go out to have at least some distance to other people, and so it became more and more and more popular. In the meantime, look, we're just passing a lot of bridges. So over here we have the Pont de Notre Dame, so named after the famous church. You see the sun is a little coming through. It's not very strong yet, and uh, yeah, it's not very. Is it one or warm? Do you mean, Tish? One? I don't know that word. And if you love lanterns, then this is also a nice place for that. 1 week. Okay, sorry, that's a new word. But it's not very warm today. No. So we can go under here, and what you can also see something. Everyone, if you're thinking about Paris, there are always people living under the bridges. Always people living under the bridges. So, oh, skateboards and all kind of other electric things are of course also going over here. Okay, so let's go. And sorry that it is a little windy. By the way, here at the other side, we can see some parts that was the former prison of Paris. That's what we see there at the left side. And the right side again. People enjoying, although it is a warm sun. Thank you for teaching me a new. Did my mic slip? Is my sound not so good anymore? Okay, wait. I'm just gonna do something about that. One moment. One moment. Just gonna sound fine. Okay. Yeah, I'm now stopping. So then it's always better because it's also the wind. It is a little windy. I will go. And then here at the left side, look how beautiful this is, by the way, for a postcard. Under the bridge, and then at the left side, we see La Tour Eiffel, the Eiffel Tower. It's definitely the wind. Okay, I cannot do a lot more about that because it is a little windy day. And of course, I'm moving. Is this much better? Okay. I cannot hear myself. Yeah, I can hear myself, but not how you all are hearing me. So I love to see that all these people are just like I think it is today about 8 degrees now. So it is not very warm, but still people are outside and enjoying their time just on what used to be a dirty lane full of cars. So, and then just also to give you a little bit feeling of how it looks at the other side. Typical 19th century buildings. So not the ones that I'm now showing you at the other side. So the plans of Haussmann, the architect who redesigned redesigned Paris, the plan of Paris completely. By the way, in summertime, I've not been on this part, but in summertime you can maybe imagine that that it can be. There's still a river next to here. Um, that it can be a little stinky over here on warm summer days. So, and then over here at the other side, you can see there is a sort of um, there's a sort of a houseboat, and it's a restaurant. I'm just gonna try to go to the other side because I also wanna show you something else. Oop, okay, over here at the other side, there's a nice restaurant with a lot of green, by the way, and it is placed just next to one of the most famous bridges of Paris. And that is the bridge that we see over here. And maybe some of you are recognizing it already, but this is the Pont Neuf. So, Pont Neuf, the oldest bridge of Paris, originally from the 16th century. Um, the version that we see over here is restored, by the way. Um, but yeah, this is the first bridge over the Seine River. This is where, or very nearby, where Paris started. As with a lot of other uh, cities, they're starting next to the river because there was water, there was fish, there was transportation possible, and that was okay. Some tourists. Screaming tourists. They're everywhere. No, but the thing is, there's also interesting that I found some old maps of Paris. And for example, over here, I have a map of Paris of the 16th century. And you can see in the middle the island where you have the Notre Dame. And also the several of the bridges are already over here. So one of them is the Pont Neuf, and until the start of the 19th century, Paris was not even an extremely big city. So um, around 1800, there were about 500,000 people. I'm starting to cycle again. About 500,000 people living in uh, living in Paris. And then in the 19th century, it became more and more popular. More and more people started to come to Paris, started to because over here they could earn money. They could work and everything. A bit frozen. Fine. Just gonna try to do something about. think I'm there again. Wait. Hello, hello, hello. Am I back? Can you see me, hear me? Okay. No, that's. Oh wow, there's still a lot of people. That's good. That's good. So I'm just going to show you my face for a moment. That's the interesting thing is if you are normally you have of course a phone provider. So in the Netherlands, I have one phone provider. After trying out several ones, picked the one where I have on most of the locations. Um, Most of the locations I have signal. But the interesting thing is that if you're going over the borders in another country, in Europe, you can just choose every provider. So in Paris or in France, there are 5 different providers. So if one is not working, you can always check the other one. So what I did is I changed to another provider from Bougie to Orange. So, but maybe it's just always a bad connection. That is possible. I don't know that. Maybe it's just because I'm also going. I'm going under in a tunnel, so maybe I will lose my connection again. I don't know. I don't know. We never know. But yeah, I was just talking about the expansion and about the number of people. I think you maybe just heard me saying that around 1800 there were 500,000 people, and then people started to move to come to Amsterdam, to Paris, and shortly after that they decided in the 19th century we need a new plan. They were asking the architect or city architect to make a new plan to have places for a more dense city, and that plan turned into a new Paris, a new city, and that's also what we now know as Paris. And in 1900, that's interesting. 100 years later, 100 years later, the city of Paris not didn't have 500,000 people anymore, but 3.5 million. So it did not double, did not triple. It, how do you call it if it's 7 times more? Seven? No, I don't know the English word for that. So, in the meantime, over here, thank you, Doreen, and thank you, Olga. We see the Pont Neuf from the other side. Famous part, famous bridge, of course. So, and then I'm going to the next one. We're going to the next bridge over there. Thank you, Becca. Thank you, Ronnie. Over there we have the next one, and that is the Pont des Arts. And this was a very unique bridge. I'm just gonna zoom in a little because we're going around it a little. But this bridge is coming from the time of Napoleon. And why was it unique? Because it was made from steel. So it was one of the first. It was the first steel bridge in well, the first steel bridge that was in Paris, and it didn't work for a very long time. So after a while, it collapsed, and they rebuilt it on a later moment. Thank you, Marcia. And then there's also something else um, very interesting because at the other side you can maybe hear there's a lot of sound coming. And if I'm zooming in, you can see that there are a lot of people walking over there. That's maybe also why I lost signal. All wearing orange clothes. So this is most probably one of the strikes that you have a lot in France. As Dutch people are always saying like, okay, if you want to go to a country where there's a strike, then go to France. So I think I picked the right side of the river. I didn't know about this demonstration, so I picked the right side. Okay, I'm just going. So I'm hearing a lot of police also. Here the bike lane is going under, so hopefully we still have signal. It will be a little dark. Are you ready for the dark? And Barrett, it can be pensions, it can be all kind of things. Oh, I'm almost on the wrong side. And there's a little, oh, you can still see it very well. There's a beautiful graffiti here, or street art on the side. And the left part is just the bike lane. They have blue lights. Do you know, by the way, why they are using blue lights in this type of locations? Under the bridge or in this darker tunnel? So, most of you know that. It's blue light because people cannot find the if you have a needle, you cannot find your how do you call it? Your blood stains. Is it stains? So I just so veins, exactly veins, not stains, veins. You cannot find your veins anymore when it is blue, and so that's why in this kind of locations you see a lot of times that they don't have red light or orange light, but blue light, because it's making it a lot harder for people who are addicted to heroin, for example. So thank you, Patty. And yeah, it's a long tunnel. It is a long tunnel. And imagine again that over here there were so many cars going every day through this uh, really stinky tunnel. And Sharon, okay, I thought that there was the blue light story is quite famous, but that's I don't know, maybe you didn't know. Okay, thank you, Janice, thank you, Julie. While we're going, I'm happy that I still have signal. And you can see there are not a lot of people on the bike, but there are other people cycling too. Thank you, Jackie. Thank you. Oh, I cannot. One of the problems is I cannot scroll back. I cannot scroll back. So if I'm missing a question, then I cannot go back. And it's nice artwork, isn't it? Yeah, I agree. I agree. And there is really all kind of street artists that have been making designs here for the walls. So, but yeah, you have a beautiful place for it, of course. And I'm happy that you can see it well, and that I have signal still. But I'm seeing light at the end of the tunnel, so we're almost at the other side. We can maybe rewrite this tour with Stephan in a tunnel. There also is a cool sort of a fish over there. What is it? Thank you, Beth. I will be in a banlieue when coming out. Yeah, almost. No. That's it's just a busier part. So on the top there's still roads, but the interesting thing is, I was reading some articles about the mayor who wants to become the next president of France, by the way. And one of the things that she's using is her plan and to provide even more bike lanes and places to walk in all over Paris. Okay, I have to go up a little. So that's the interesting thing, as I sort of choose the wrong route, I think, because in the end we are ending this tour 55 meters higher than we started. So there are some mountains or some months. Okay, and now over here you can see how it all was over here for a long time. And then I'm just going to show you at the other side. We still see that people are demonstrating, but we also have a beautiful building there, and most probably a lot of you are recognizing it. This used to be a train station, and nowadays it is the place in Paris, or one of the big museums. Of course, we have the Louvre that we just missed, by the way, because we just got under the Louvre. And over here at the other side, you have d'Orsay, Musée d'Orsay. And if you want to go for the painter I was talking about yesterday, Van Gogh, in Paris, most of his works are hanging in Musée d'Orsay. Beautiful, really beautiful museum it is. It is my favorite one. And then here at the other side, we just passed it. That's why it was taking so long. Over there you see a little part of the Louvre. One of the wings of the Louvre is at the right. So we just got under here. And Dolores is saying we definitely need an art tunnel tour. Yeah, we can maybe do that. Only then I have to study the artists. Woo. Welcome in Paris. Woo. Oh, it's good to hear, Olga. Yeah, it is my favorite museum in Paris. Although I think I've not even seen half of all the museums there are. There are a lot. There are a lot. So then here at the right side, we see there are some people walking to the other side. Because at the right side we have the Tuileries. So the famous gardens, French-shaped gardens in front of the Louvre. And let's just give you a little idea. So I'm officially not allowed to go inside with the bicycle, as you can see over there. So I'm not gonna do that. I don't want to get arrested in a country where I'm not speaking the language too well. But yeah, as you can see over here, people are just going inside. But just wait, I'm just gonna park my bike just for a moment. I'm just going around the corner. Just going around the corner. Just a little moment. Because of course we are here in Paris, and I cannot do a tour with even showing a little of the Louvre. So here at the end, these gardens over here are extremely big. By the way, Tuileries is this was originally a place with a lot of factories in Paris, and mainly towel factories. Towels, so they were making towels. So Tuileries, that's where it's coming from. Oh, and I think they are. Oh, I think I have bad luck because exactly over here in the middle, they are doing some construction works. So let me see if I can find a little part where we can see through. I'm just gonna. No, it's a little hard to see. It's a little hard to see, but you can imagine um, if there were not so much construction works that you could see the Louvre, the famous palace in the heart of France, in the heart of Paris, just here at the end. I'm just going back to my bike because I'm gonna cycle some more, of course. No, don't worry. Wow, it's cool to be here. And I love that there are so many places where you can just uh, walk around. And yeah, I can really see that the spring is coming. So in the trees, you can already see the first leaves are coming, some flowers. Although it is a little, how do you call it, gloomy today, the weather? I think it's gloomy. But yeah, it is. Okay, just to give you an idea, over here, this is the Jardin des Tuileries. Thank you, Bridget, and thank you, Mike. So we are just walking inside to here to the middle, and then I was trying to show you the rest part and the palace. But and Mickey, is it still cold in Paris now? You can maybe see a little. Most people have their winter jackets because it is in degrees, about 7 degrees. And it's an interesting week, by the way, because on Monday it was 15 degrees. Then on Tuesday it went to 7. Today it's again 7. And tomorrow it will be 17 to 18 degrees. So it is really changing. Okay, I'm just going out of the gardens again. There we go. We're not there yet. Okay, hope you're ready. So another bike lane. So what they basically did over here is they used half of the old car lane to make it for people on the bike. So more and more people also in Paris are thinking, why am I gonna use a car when I'm also can use these lanes over here? It's so comfortable, and you're doing some exercise. You don't have to wait too long because with the car, it is taking you for hours, and that's not the case anymore when you're going by bike. Thank you, Anne. That's appreciated. Are you good, Oscar? Oscar still sitting over there in his little basket. Okay, just joining me. Okay, then I'm just gonna stop for a little moment over here because we are on the next location, and just let's go here a little to the sides. I love Paris. Place de la Concorde. And I was talking already before about the Tour de France that's coming. That's had a big road race of 3 weeks in total. And every year they're ending in Paris on the Champs-Élysées and also going over the Place de la Concorde where we are here. I have the feeling that the sun is becoming a little stronger. So I'm just also going to show you. I'm so impressed when you have these kind of entrances. And look, the sun is coming now, but the entrance here to the Tuileries, you can see the Louvre at the end. So it's a better view over here than we had before, and a um, really nice gate here at the side. So, and yes, Luan, that's the Place de la Concorde, has the obelisk in the middle. I'm just gonna give you a little feeling of this big square. And again, parts of it over here are now made for people on the bike. So, and yes, Trudy, you're completely right. Place de la Concorde is quite famous because here this was the place of the famous guillotine. The guillotine, the a machine that was used to kill people as much as possible, as smooth as possible, so to say. And that was all over here. So even some famous people were getting under the guillotine over here in this square. So, yes, Pam, I did take a train to Paris. That is the easiest. I just have to check how I can get now because I did a little part of the cycling tour. I prepared it already, but until here, and now I have to see how I can get on the Champs-Élysées. So we're gonna end with cycling a little over the Champs-Élysées. And maybe I'm then just going already the wrong way over here. And of course, it's also changing every time. And that's what you see, that still a lot of the bike lanes in Paris are sort of temporary. So they made it during COVID times, and it is not structural yet, but they will not go away anymore. Okay, I think we have to go straight. So just following the locals. Will I sing when I'm getting there? Yeah, maybe that's a good idea. Okay, so we have to wait for a lot of traffic. You can see some more people in the big bus going around Paris. It's a big city where you can, okay, we can wave to some people. So, and yeah, the street lamps are also over there. Quite beautiful. Look at this. If you love to have lanterns on the side. So, okay, I'm just going to the side. One moment, just have to check. I have to check for a little moment to see if I'm here on the right part because I don't want to get lost. Not that I don't know where to go to, but exactly the bike lanes, how they are working, is a little different. Let me see. I have my other phone over here, so and on the other phone I should have Google Maps. You can see it's not working very well. No, couldn't open map. Don't say it. Because we are now on Place de la Concorde, as you can see. And I have to go to try to get on the Champs-Élysées. We're just gonna try. Just gonna try. Oscar knows where to go. Yeah, maybe some of you have seen that a lot of people that Oscar was going out. Now the bike lanes are clearly marked, but it is more the question how to go. So we're just gonna follow. Okay, this is a little different from Amsterdam. In Amsterdam, I'm more. Whoa! This is how it goes. Unbelievable, isn't it? But you're going here, but not everywhere. It is good already for people on bicycles, but over here it is a little better. And again, it is a little crazy. Yeah, and it's green. Okay, here we go. There we go. Woohoo! Also, these little stones, it's not the most comfortable. And don't worry, I'm born on a bicycle, so I know how it works. Just have to see. Oh, they're also doing a lot of construction over here. I think they're making bike lanes. Woo! Okay, there we go. Well, you can see here on the side, and we're now on the start of the Champs-Élysées. Well, the sun is coming through more and more on a tiny bike lane. And as you can see here at the right side, they're doing construction works to make the city more walk and cycling friendly. So there are less lanes than before. So it's like exactly. And now I can sing, oh, Champs-Élysées. Oh, Champs-Élysées. Okay, I'm not the best singer, so I will not do more than this. But it's cool to cycle over here, isn't it? So you see there are not a lot of other people, but people are using it even on the most famous road of Paris. Oh, Luan, yeah, Luan, I think, and he's a better singer than I am. So look how beautiful it is over here. If you have a faster bike than you're going over the bus lane, you see that some people are wearing helmets. It's not. You can choose yourself, but I'm so used in the Netherlands to not wear a helmet that I'm also not wearing it over here. Like, oh, it's a red light. Whoop. Okay. I hope you are enjoying it. So, oh, we can just go on. And look how beautiful. I'm just gonna show you over here. Whoa. One moment to stop. Not only with another beautiful sunset, isn't it? But also, I really want to show you from nearby how beautiful the lampposts are. So over here, you see golden, these golden lampposts. They are really, 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 really beautiful. And yeah, there I'm standing on the on the biggest road in Paris. And the interesting thing is, while at the other side, you have another beautiful museum. But there is the interesting thing is now that even the Champs-Élysées every Sunday is closed for traffic. So every Sunday they're giving it back to the people from Paris So you can walk, you can cycle, and that is really amazing. So if you ever come to Paris, I would really recommend you to try to be here also on a Sunday, because then you can just walk over this amazing road. And just to give you an idea, did I have one picture of that? Oh, sorry, I forgot to add a picture of that. But you can maybe imagine how thousands and thousands of people are then just walking and cycling all the way to the end. I'm just gonna be careful a little. All the way to the end to um, the Arc de Triomphe. That's at one side, and then at the other side, and we just passed it already. Just to give you an idea how big this over there at the other side. You have um, the place where we just were, the Place de la Concorde. So it's beautiful. It's beautiful to be in Paris. I'm not gonna do the whole way towards the Arc de Triomphe, and the main reason is that it is. You can maybe imagine that with all these cars here next to you, that you're really feeling it. That you're really feeling it in your lungs immediately. So I decided, I decided not to do it completely to the end, and also it is already all 47 minutes. 47 minutes. So, and in the meantime, just just gonna I have a nice little uh, end of the tour, so I'm just gonna walk there and just let me let me just change the screen for a moment. So this little man over here is also awake now a little. So after his night of party, thank you Michelle and Darlene, and thank you Larry. So now I hope you enjoyed it to see part of Paris, part of this beautiful city of the lights, although it was more the city uh, of the gloomy day with a little sun. But cycling in Paris is really something else. It's something else than in Amsterdam. But I really love to see how things did change in the last years. So and I really hope that in the coming years it will keep on changing. So this is my last tour of Paris. I think this evening. Sorry, I'm missing that. There is a tour of Patrick de Paris. He's gonna cook something typical. Sarai, thank you for sharing something typical French. So the croque monsieur. So I'm not gonna be there myself because I have to travel home. And just to give you an idea, I'm now in Paris. I'm going back to Amsterdam, 3.5 hours by train, and then it is almost start of the flower season. So, and I'm really looking forward to show you all of you a lot more flowers, and that's why I thought it's nice to end over here uh, with some flowers that we can find in Paris. One moment, I'm just gonna change the screen. So they're not a lot yet. It's still early in the season, but already some flowers. Les fleurs de Paris that we have over here next to a beautiful fountain. Also, Oscar is of course sitting over there relaxing a little. For him, it's not so cold, but just to give you an idea. So yeah, flower my flower tours will start soon. All in the Netherlands with daffodils, with tulips, of course, a lot with tulips. So I'm really looking forward to having a lot of you on these tours. And yeah, I really enjoyed to cycle a little through Paris. It's a little different from Amsterdam, what I'm normally doing. And I hope to see you again.